Harriet Tubman was an African-American abolitionist, humanitarian, and a Union spy during the Civil War. She was born into slavery in March of 1822 and escaped on September 17th in 1849. When Harriet was in slavery, she overheard that a lot of the slaves were going to get sold, so she decided to escape with her two brothers, Henry and Ben. Here's a picture of some slaves being put up for sale. After she saw all of these slaves being put up for sale, she knew she had to do something to help them and save her friends and family. One inspirational quote that Harriet stated was, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world." Many people looked up to Harriet because she was so inspirational. Harriet decided to save up a lot of her money so she could go back to these slave-held states and help others escape as well. After Harriet would help these slaves from the southern states escape, she would lead them up to the northern states where there was more freedom. Harriet Tubman used the Underground Railroad to help the slaves from the southern states escape to the northern states. Harriet put herself in a lot of danger by freeing so many slaves because she was breaking the law in the slave states, and there are many reward posters for her capture. Since Harriet was a fugitive slave herself, she made herself an easy target by doing these actions. Harriet Tubman was never caught because she kept the Underground Railroad a secret. Harriet had a total of 19 trips, and 11 of them she used the Underground Railroad. Altogether, Harriet Tubman freed around 300 to 500 slaves. Another quote that Harriet states is, "I can say what most conductors can't say. I never run my train off the track, and I never lost a passenger." This was definitely true because she didn't want to turn down any slave, and she wanted to help every slave out of slavery. When Harriet was growing up, she lived in a small white house with her family in Dunchester County, Maryland. She said it was hard to be in slavery at the time because she shared one bedroom with 11 of her siblings. You can probably imagine how hard that had to be. Also growing up, her father, Benjamin Ross, wasn't really there for her or her family. Since Harriet didn't grow up in the best environment, I think it was hard for a lot of people to understand why she wanted to help so much. After the Civil War had ended, Harriet moved in with her family in New York. While she was in New York, she helped a lot of poor and sick people and spoke out on equal rights for blacks and women. And she also continued to help free slaves and ended up rescuing around 750 slaves. Harriet created a very inspirational path for others. Alright, let's move into some fun facts about Harriet Tubman. When Harriet was a child, her nickname was Minty. Harriet was very religious and learned a lot about the Bible from her mother.
When your legs don't work like they used to before.
Harriet bought a house in Auburn, New York for her parents after helping them escape from the South. Harriet married John Tubman in 1844. He was a free black man. She married again in 1869 to Nelson Davis. As you already know, she was well known for helping slaves escape. At one point, a lot of slave owners were offering her a reward of $40,000 for her capture. The reason being is because she was so successful at what she did to help others, and also how she kept everyone on board about keeping the whole Underground Railroad a secret.
Maybe just the touch of a hand.
Thanks for watching.
I fall in love with you every single day, and I just want